Good morning, my friends. This is Buddha's Meditation Manual. I am Lama Jigme Gyatso. Welcome to the Buddha Joy Meditation School. This is an ongoing commentary on the Mahasatipatthana Sutta, which could be translated as the greater discourse upon the four bases of mindfulness. A few decades ago, Thich Nhat Hanh coined the phrase mindfulness meditation, and I'm glad he did. Because Buddha did not teach entering the ping or the mind blanking of the neo-Taoists, and did not teach the laser-like perfect concentration of the Hindus, nor did he teach the supplication to deities or energy work. He taught mindfulness of body, sensory input, mind, and phenomena in a very specific way. That's why I've made both the Mahasatipatthana as well as the Tao Te Ching and their commentaries free. If you use the first link in the doodly-doo, you'll be able to download your PDF. I also recommend that when you do, you download the free Kindle app to your smartphone. That way you can navigate. You can both load the PDF onto your smartphone and navigate it with ease. Because no one wants to lose their mind trying to navigate a PDF. I modify this PDF several times a week. It's always free, no strings attached. As you flip through the PDF, you'll notice all these links which take you to videos on YouTube for the appropriate commentaries. It's my desire to set you up for great spiritual success. I'm not sure, but I think the fourth link in the doodly-doo will take you to Enlightened Fitness, where you can get guided meditations as opposed to lessons. Some are 5, some are 10, some are 15 minutes long. You get the idea. Let's get back to task. So we are in the portion of Buddha's the four foundations of mindfulness, where we're still working on the first foundation, body. We've already done the 12 meditations to center us. That's already taken care of. We've already worked with the 3 contemplations concerning the behavior of our body. And we've started in on the, 38 contemplations of the body's components. We've already taken care of the first 3 contemplations, where we review the body as a unity. We've done the first set of 5 contemplations where we explore the body superficially. We've done the second set of contemplations where we review the body structurally. We've done the first set of organs, the first set of 5 exercises concerning the organs. Today we're going to explore the second set of exercises exploring the body's organs. Now, these delineations are not perfect. There's a little bit of a bleed over, but that doesn't matter. Let's get down to it. Please join me in your PDF on page 26. As is the pattern in this section of the text, we're going to begin with the triple grin, focusing on our lungs. Grin with lips to lungs, on the in-breath, relaxing on the out-breath. Remember, if this is your first time tuning in, our job is not to answer these questions. Our job is to mentally and silently recite the first line during the in-breath, and then silently and mentally recite the second line during the out-breath. Our only effort goes to the mental recitation of these words and harmonizing them with the spontaneous, natural rhythm of our breath. Folks, there are two types of questions: hard-ass questions and lazy bastard questions. Hard-ass questions, they require answers. Lazy bastard questions don't. We favor the latter. Grin with lips to lungs, relaxing. Grin with cheeks to lungs, relaxing. Grin with eyes to lungs, relaxing. We now turn our attention to our colon. Grin to colon, relaxing. Colon, of course, is, oopsie, let's have some fun here. We have our ascending, our transversal, and our descending, which terminates in our rectum and eventually our anus. Grin to colon, relaxing. We now turn, for the third exercise of this set, we turn our attention to the mesentery. What's that? Ever drive by a building that's under construction and you notice the scaffolding around it? Well, you can think of the mesentery as the scaffolding for our innards, for our intestines, for our colon, and the other organs of our abdomen, to keep them from jostling about when we're running. Grin to mesentery, relaxing. So we're working on a set of 5 contemplations. The first 3 contemplations have concerned themselves with our organs, namely the lungs, the colon, and the mesentery. And I warned you there'd be some bleed over. Now we're going to explore 2 sets of body substances that are known to be a bit icky. The 4th exercise of this set is as we turn our attention to our stomach contents. Doing so may cause a momentary wave of nausea. If it doesn't mean you're a spiritual amoeba. If it does, it doesn't make you a spiritual giant. That's not the issue. We're training our mindfulness. Now, you could rightfully ask, why are we looking at something gross? I know some people who choose not to be alcoholics just so they can avoid vomiting. Why, oh why, are we going to look at something so utterly nasty? Glad you asked. A typical fundamentalist stance on the subject would be, we're developing an aversion for our body. Yeah, no. Aversion or hate is not something that Buddha actually has us cultivate. So as a liberal, I would say this. as a student of the Buddha's techniques, we're called to develop we're called to develop a mindfulness that is as profound as it is vulnerable and spontaneous. We're mindful of everything from the glorious to the grotesque. Our job is not to contrive our perceptions, to not grab some things to us and push other things away. That dichotomy of avarice versus aversion, or greed versus hate, does not serve us well. Buddha's giving us an opportunity to not only notice the bliss and the joy and the contentment and the tranquility, but also notice the unpleasant feelings. Being able to be mindful of the full spectrum of human experience is what separates the men from the boys. So having said that, let's cowboy up and perform the fourth contemplation of this set. Grin to stomach contents relaxing. Not to be outdone by the fourth exercise, the fifth exercise challenges us to grin to our feces. Yes, it's true. This exercise, this contemplation, is downright shitty. Sorry, folks. Couldn't help myself. Grin to feces relaxing. Now, in every spiritual path, there are always idiots who are enthusiastic to put words in their founder's mouth. If you're going to make shit up, call it your own path. Don't blame it on someone else. That's just Meshuggah. Buddhism is not immune from the utterances of complete idiots. For instance, there are some people who say, yes, Buddha said not to hate anything. No. He made it very clear there are some things we are supposed to embrace and some things we're supposed to reject. For instance, we shouldn't be cruel bastards. We need to refrain from that. I saw a very cute meme on Facebook where there was a photograph of a Buddha statue and a caption read, "Don't be a dick, the Buddha." Listen, the reason we just got through grinning at our feces, at least conceptually. Why were we doing that? Did Buddha want us to be fecal philiacs? No. There's a reason why all animals have a subtle, if not vulgar, aversion to their feces. Feces contain certain pathogens, so they should not be eaten with gusto. Many of our biological spontaneous aversions serve a biological function. They're not necessarily good or bad. They're simply expedient for the preservation of our species. We are exploring this idea of making friends with even the nasty, disturbing things in our body. Because once we get good at that, it'll be easier for us to make friends with anything we find disturbing. A shithead once told me, yeah, just don't find anything disturbing. yeah, Buddha didn't teach that. And that is what we call a contrivance. Forcing yourself to think a certain way or forcing yourself to feel a certain way is not what Buddha taught. When we get into the section on the five senses, when we get into the section on thought and emotion, we will notice that Buddha is telling us not to choose what we experience, not to choose what we feel and think, but rather to be aware of it, to be vulnerable to it. There's a phrase used called naked awareness. Now, that's not a reference to not a tantra. No, that's a reference to being completely vulnerable to a present moment experience. It doesn't mean we indulge every impulse. It doesn't mean we suppress every impulse. It means we're aware of every impulse. We find a way to benefit from it spiritually. And that, my friends, is all you get today. In our next video, we'll explore the first formal set of bodily substances. That's right, because the stomach contents and the feces, that was just warming up. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please find the thumbs up icon, give that a click. If you don't want to miss out on any of the videos, find the red button that reads subscribe and give that a click. After you do, just to the right of it, where's my hand? And there we go, just to the right of it. That's frightening, isn't it, folks? You'll find a little circular icon, and you click that. Down will come a pull-down menu. The first option, if you click that, will authorize YouTube to send you a video the next time I upload a video. They say video, send you an email the next time I upload a video. Sorry, folks, I just washed my mouth. Can't do a thing with it. All right, moving right along. If you decide that you can't wait for the next video and you want to get live instruction, no problem. The Friday series of weekly meditation classes begins the first week of February. If you live in Southern California, come on down. If you don't, then you can participate via live webinar simulcast. Either way, you can register for this using the second link in the doodly-doo. Some people get concerned that I'm going to charge exorbitant fees. I don't charge any fees. Everything is by donation, which you can make using the third link in the doodly-doo. Some people make a big donation, some make a small donation, some make zero donation. What do I demand from my students? Well, basically they show up to class 5 minutes early, ready to learn. Number two, they eagerly apply the techniques I give them during class. During the first week, that translates into 5 minutes of homework every morning, 5 minutes every evening. I know, I'm asking a lot. And the third one is simply, don't be a bastard. Okay, that's all the news that's fit to print. May you and yours be healthy and happy. Bye-bye now.